Wubba lubba dub dub, everybody. Hello, and this is Bogas Reviews. I'm back with another Rick and Morty action figure review. And today I'm going to be doing a review on Mr. Meeseeks and Birdperson from Funko. So before we take a look at Mr. Meeseeks, let's take a look at Birdperson. And with action figures and their Build-A-Figure pieces, I'm just going to show what Build-A-Figure pieces they have first. I'm not going to go into any detail because, when I show the actual Build-A-Figure, there won't really be a lot of surprise there. So I'll just show the Build-A-Figure piece that they come with from now on. So, Birdperson comes with the right leg of Snowball. And now from Birdperson himself. I really love this sculpt. I think Birdperson looks just like he did in the show. I like his face. He kind of looks uninterested, and that's kind of how he looks in the show. He doesn't really get hyper or anything like that. So I like that. And then he's got that pattern on his head and his crest right there. That's a crest, right? I think it is. That pattern goes all the way on the back of his head. Can't remember if this was bare. It didn't have any spots on in the show or not. I love the sculpting on his wings too. And they can fold out like that. I think that looks really, really cool. I like how the tip of his wings are a dark gray like charcoal color. And there's actually a fair amount of sculpting on his wings. It is smooth, but there is a lot of sculpting detail on there. You can see all the feathers sculpted in. I think that looks really nice. And then his, what is this that goes around his neck? Is it, feathers? His feathers are sculpted out nicely. I think this figure looks really good. There's his loincloth. There's not a lot of sculpting going on in these figures, as I said, but they're still really, really awesome. And he has a lot of sculpting detail on his feet right there. You see that texture, or the sculpting, the lines that are on his feet. So I think that looks really, really nice. I just really like this figure. I just like his look. That's kind of the look he has for the whole series. Every time he's in it, he kind of just has that kind of face going on. So I really like that. So now I'm going to go over his articulation. He's got a swivel head that can move side to side, and it can shift up and down just a little bit. He's got swivel wings that can swivel that far. I don't know why this one can go up further than this one. Oh, I see. It's his feathers around his neck right here. That one can go up, and this one gets cut off by this feather right here. So that, he doesn't really need that much articulation because his wings just kind of move like that. So he has swivel at the wings. He's got ball jointed shoulders that can move out very far. He's got a single jointed elbow and swivel at the wrist. He's got ball jointed hips that can just about do a split. Oh, I forgot, he's actually got a swivel at the waist, unlike the other figures. I really like that. He can kick forward pretty far. Considering his loincloth is kind of a hard rubber or kind of vinyl plastic type material, I'm surprised he can actually kick back that far. And he can, or kick forward that far. And he can kick back that far, which is actually pretty far considering that he has this on. I was really surprised about that. He's got a single jointed knee that can move back that far, and he's got a swivel at the ankle. So overall, I really love this figure. And then to compare him to another Rick and Morty figure, here's Rick, his best friend. Well, this is actually Rick's best friend, Birdperson. There. So I think the height difference on these two is really good. There's really not much difference. He's just a little bit taller. Technically, Rick's taller, but this is his hair, considering his head's actually right here, and it just about comes up to Birdperson. So I really like that. And now it's not going to stand up, but I really like the figure. Now for Mr. Meeseeks. And he comes with the left leg of Snowball. And Mr. Meeseeks actually comes with a couple accessories. So before I take a look at Mr. Meeseeks, let's take a look at his accessories. So up first is his pistol. I think Funko did an amazing job on this. I think this looks like a real gun. This is like McFarlane level detail. There's lots of sculpting going on this. I think it looks really, really nice. I think Funko did a great job with this. And now his gun can only fit in his right hand because it's wider open when you open the package. So, he has a specific way that he can hold it. It's just he can only hold it in his right hand. But I think that looks really good because Mr. Meeseeks is typically a happy character, but throughout the course of Meeseeks and Destroy, he starts becoming angry and tries to kill Beth and Jerry. And he gets a gun, and I think he looks angry in the episode, but I like that he's so smiley with this figure, and he has a gun. He just looks so crazy, like he's so happy and he's holding a gun. That's the humor of Rick and Morty, honestly. And then for his second accessory, he comes with a golf club. You can see there's lots of sculpting going on right here. And there's lots of sculpting going on the handle, too. It's kind of a rubbery. The handle's kind of rubbery. So, like an actual golf club. And it doesn't fit the greatest in his hand because it's very loose. See, it wants to just do that. If you kind of fiddle with it, I suppose you can hold it like that. I kind of would have liked alternate hands, so he could actually get like a golf swing. I think that would have been cool, like him actually being able to do that. That'd be really cool. But he can just do that. But I think that still looks pretty good, especially if you before the video I was posing him around and I had him like this. I think he looks funny like that. I think it looks great. So he really doesn't have a lot of sculpting detail because in the show he's kind of just a blue creature. He doesn't really have any detail on him in the show either. But you can see his eyes and his eyebrows are actually sculpted in. I really like that. There he has that smile and his little like mohawk. Kind of reminds me of looks like Play-Doh. Doesn't it? Kind of looks like Play-Doh on his head instead of hair. But I really like this figure, and since there's really not a lot of detail, I'll just go ahead over his articulation now. It's got a ball-jointed head that can move side to side, and it can shift up and down just a little bit. He's got ball-jointed shoulders that can move out pretty far. He's got a single-jointed elbow, a swivel at the wrist. He's got ball-jointed hips that can just about do a split. I actually thought he was going to be able to stand like that. Nah, he can't. But he can kick forward all the way. He can kick backwards all the way. He's got a single jointed knee. And he's got a swivel at the ankle. So overall, I really like this. And I really like the articulation on this one better. I think the hips look better on these new figures. Because I have the whole wave now. And I think Rick and Morty kind of had weird joints for their hips, but I think the other figures have better hip joints because they're kind of concealed and they don't have that weird cut in them. So to compare Mr. Meeseeks to other Rick and Morty characters, here's Morty. I think they look really good together. But I'm really hoping for Series 2 we get like Summer, Beth, and Jerry. Because Beth and Jerry would be really good to do a comparison to this. So I'm really hoping there's a Wave 2. Because I would definitely buy it. Like I said, I already have all of Wave 1 now. So I hope that we get some more characters. Like, who else would be good? Like Reverse Giraffe would be a good Build-A-Figure. That'd be a hilarious Build-A-Figure. And then here Mr. Meeseeks is next to Rick. Now, another thing I wanted to point out is with this Rick, his hips, the ball joints on his hips got really loose. Like, I haven't even really posed him around that much, and they've kind of gotten floppy. So there Mr. Meeseeks is compared to Rick. See, Rick's legs kind of course, now it's not going to do it. There, that leg, you can see it's kind of wobbling like that. So overall, I really, really like these figures, and I would highly recommend them. And for tomorrow's review, I'm going to be doing Mr. Poopy Butthole and the Snowball Build-A-Figure review. So I hope you enjoyed this video, and if you did, be sure to hit the like button and subscribe to my channel. Thanks for watching.